Hi, this is Dr. Hayes, the new dentist coach, with another episode of Ask Dr. Darwin, where I answer some questions that you may have about dental school, dental residency, getting a license, life after dental school. But today's show, we're going to be actually talking to a dentist from another country who's actually in the U.S. practicing and wants to actually practice in another state. And actually, this is a common challenge for a lot of not only international dentists, but even dentists that did go to school here in the U.S. It's a challenge because a lot of people have to take many different dental exams or licensure exams, depending on what state that you or what dental school you went to or what region that you've gone into. So this challenge that Dr. Dilhan is that we're going to talk to him about is a very common one. Actually, it's one that the ADA, the American Dental Association, is working on right now. They are working on a non-patient standardized licensing exam, national licensing exam, so that no matter where you went to dental school in the U.S., no matter what region of the country in the U.S., you can actually take this exam and you can practice pretty much in any state. So, Dr. Dilhan, welcome.
Yes, yeah, thank you. So I did my DDS program in Mexico. It's a DLAS. It's affiliated with California. So when you do DDS, you can work in California. So I graduated in 2009. And I did a national board part 1, part 2, and then the REB exam. And I got my license in January 2010. And from January 2010, I'm practicing in California. And I decided to move to Washington.
Okay.
And I send my application, but they send if you are international student, I need to do either a residency program or AGED.
Right.
Program or so is there any other option I can get a direct license in Washington, because I have experience and I have a DDS license in California?
Yeah, see, so Doc, this is the challenge. This is the challenge. Every state is different. Every state is different. Just like California will allow, and they accepted your DDS there from Mexico, in their state, just across the border over on Nevada or Washington State, their laws are totally different. So you have to abide by what Washington State says. So one of the things I did some homework, and I'm sure you probably did too, but one of the things that Washington State states is that you can either do two additional years as a postdoc, right, to get your to qualify for Washington State, or you do some type of postdoc education, whether it be 2 years of pre-doc, right? So that would be something like going back to dental school for 2 years at like UCLA or USC, where they have an international program, or it's called a professional program for international dentists, where it's 2 years, it's 25 months consecutively. That way you have the whole credential of a DDS at a CODA approved school. Once you have that for the state of Washington, you're good. So that's one way. But you and it looks like you've got part 2 of boards, you've got your Western Regional Board, but unfortunately for Washington State, you must have the credential of a CODA, US or CODA approved dental school. And that's the missing link right now. That's the missing link for you right now. So have you moved to Washington already?
No, not yet. But is there any reciprocation? Like if you work 5 years, then you can move to other state. The reciprocation program, it's not fall in that?
Every state is different.
Reciprocation?
Every state is different. you have to go on to the Washington State Department of Health, go onto their website and see all the information that is required for a license for dentistry. I'm on it right now. So I would tell you, you need to Google it and really go deep into figuring out what is all the information that's required. The website I'm looking at is DOH.
I know that.
What's that?
Oh, I did that. I gone through all the website.
Okay.
I did that one.
So was there a section about reciprocity? Reciprocity as far as practicing in 5 years, you can get a license?
Yeah, another state. I hear there is something like that, but I am not aware of that.
Yeah, so that's the first thing you got to look at, Doc. You got to go into that website and see if you qualify for that. Now, even if you do, there may be another checklist item that says you must still graduate from a CODA accredited dental school.
Yeah, so then thank you, Doc. That was my question. So I have to do either GPR or a postdoctoral program to become eligible for that. So I will work on that. So I thought maybe there is any other loophole, you know. But if that is the case, then it's the only case.
Where are you in California right now?
Sacramento.
Sacramento. Okay. So there's no school there. The closest one is in San Francisco. UCSF?
Yes. The UOP.
In UOP, right. How far is that from you? About an hour?
No, close to 2 hours. Roughly 2 hours.
Oh, 2 hours. Okay. Yeah, and unfortunately, they don't have any like online programs for dental school right now. So, man, that's tough. That's tough. Even if you did a residency, I know, like for example, in the state of New York, and I know it firsthand because every year I get residents that come to the residency program. In the state of New York, if you're an international dentist, there's a program at Rochester, University of Rochester, where it's an advanced standing / AEGD program. And you finish that program in 2 years, and it certifies you as also completing a CODA approved dental school program, for the U.S. that allows you to apply to residency program, and then for the state of New York, it allows you to get a license in the state of New York. So again, it really depends on each and every state.
Yeah. So I think that's all, Doc. That's like you answer my question. Thank you so much. So I will work on that.
All right, sounds good. Good luck to you, okay?
Thank you, sir. Bye then. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Take care.
Bye. ਹੁਣ ਤਾਂ ਕੁਝ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਇਆ ਇੱਥੋਂ ਬੰਦ ਕਿੱਥੋਂ ਹੋਣਾ ਇਹ
All right, there you go. So, bit of a challenge for a lot of people, especially international dentists, but even for dentists that are locally in the States, wanting to move from one state and practice in another. You're under the rules and regulations of that new state, whatever that state has set forth in their dental licensure laws will dictate how you're able to get a license, whether it's licensed through credentials, reciprocity, if you have to take if you can only take a board exam to get a license, all those different things. And quite honestly, it's changing a lot right now in the whole dental licensure area. Like I mentioned, the ADAs is they're about to release, they're scheduled to release for 2020 a new national board exam, so that no matter where you are in the U.S., you can take this national board exam and be eligible to qualify to have a license, whether it's in Washington State, Texas, Florida, Maine, New Jersey, all over. But I think there's still going to be some challenges as the states themselves at time want to be able to hold on to that autonomy to dictate as to who can come to the state and what fees are paid and all of that. But it's definitely coming very soon. So hopefully Dr. Dillahan will have some success in his journey in getting that state licensure. So look, if you have questions or you have a journey that you also are trying to achieve or trying to get to and you need some help, shoot me an email at newdentistcoach. Here you go. newdentistcoach@gmail.com. newdentistcoach@gmail.com. Right over here, okay? Send me your questions, things about if you have some fear or frustration or even things that you're worried about, whether it relates to getting a license, taking a licensing and board exam, getting into dental school, applying to residency, and just things that pertain to life after dentistry. I'm here to help. That's my goal and my purpose, to help as many new dentists as possible. That's my time for today. Thanks for being here on Ask Dr. Darwin. We'll see you next time.